I am a gift giver, right? Like I've said this many times on my channel before. I pride myself on giving really good gifts. I really take into account people's different tastes and interests, and I'll always, I'm not going to say always, but yeah, pretty much all my friends and people that I've given gifts to, it's a step above the usual gifts that they receive because I put a lot of thought into. I search to the ends of the earth for like that one specific or that one special item that I know is meant for this particular person in my life, right? I'm very good at that. And so I noticed that when it comes to, because it really brings me joy. It's not something that I see as a burden or as an obligation. Like I have to get a gift because this person's birthday is coming up, but I'm not really close to them like that. So I don't know. But I guess since we run in the same circles, I have to get them a gift or else it's going to look bad. I don't have any of those kinds of thoughts. When it comes to gift giving, first of all, I only give to the people that I want to give to, right? For me, that includes kind of like a wide range of people. I'm not the kind of person that only gives gifts to my closest immediate family and friends. I mean, I'm not going to give it to someone that I'm iffy about, right? But even like new acquaintances or people that I can sense are good people that I can sense vibe with me and they're kind of in the same tribe as me, I really just get a lot of joy from exchanging energy with them in that way. I really get a lot of joy in bringing a special gift to them and just like seeing the joy on their face, seeing their appreciation. And I always leave kind of an out clause for people who get my gifts. I make it clear that I'm 90% sure that you're going to love this because I'm a great gift giver and I know how to read people and I know how to pinpoint like the exact item that somebody wants. But even if you don't like this item or you feel like it's just not something that you're into, you totally have like my blessing and the freedom to sell it on Mercari or regift it to someone else, or well, maybe don't regift it. That might hurt my feelings a little bit if you regift my gift, but I totally give people permission to sell it on Mercari or just like, if it's a perishable item, just throw it, like try it out, and then if it really doesn't jive with you, just throw it away. I'm not the kind of person that's going to check up on you and be like, "Oh, did you use my gift?" Like that's weird to me actually. And there's people like that, right? Where they give you a gift and then they check up on you or they get kind of an attitude if they don't see you explicitly using it. And then it's like, okay, I don't even want a gift from someone like that because that shows me that they're not really giving it to me for me. It's more for their own ego satisfaction. But luckily I don't run into many people like that. So when I noticed that like a lot of my manifestations actually come through in the form of me giving someone a gift or like me at some point in my shopping, my everyday life, I'll come across an item that I have the thought, "Oh, this would be perfect for so and so." And so I'll actually buy that item because I know, and this was a very unconscious process that I was always going through that I didn't notice until I started to think about this topic, right, for this channel. I noticed that usually whenever that happens, 9 times out of 10, I'll just go ahead and buy the item because I already know that there's going to be some point in the future when I meet up with this person or even if it's someone, this is the crazy thing, like even when it's someone that I haven't met before yet in the 3D, if I know or if I have a desire to meet with that person in the future, I will go ahead and buy the thing that I think will be a perfect gift for them. If I happen to run across it, right, in my daily life, I will go ahead and buy it and just keep it on hold. With the knowing, I didn't even consciously realize this until recently, but with the knowing that I am going to run into this person or I'm going to find myself in a situation where I meet them at some point in the future, and then I'll be able to give this gift to them, and that will complete the manifestation. I call this my superpower because if I can give myself a little credit here, I think that most content out there, I would say maybe 80 or 90% centered around manifestation, is focused on teaching people how to get something that they want, right? How can you achieve or realize your desires and your goals in life, which makes total sense. That's why a lot of people turn to conscious manifestation in the first place, is because usually, something is not exactly going the way they want to in their life, or they're just maybe they're sick of their current position financially and they're ready for a change. They're ready to do whatever it takes to get to the next level, to live the life that they truly desire and that they feel they deserve. And so it makes total sense that, yes, most manifestation content is framed around and concentrated on how to do techniques or journaling, whatever, do things to, or even letting go, right? Like even the act of not doing, they still have the focal point of what is your desire. This is your desire. And then these are all the things that you need to do or not do around your desire in order to have it come to fruition. My superpower, though, is that I'm an alchemist, right? Slytherin, modern day alchemy. So I have the ability to turn negative, like, I have the ability to basically extract the positive out of any situation, whether it be negative or okay, so usually when people think about having to give a gift to someone or having to invest their own money, right? Like invest something of themselves, whether it be in their energy or a gift or actual cash money, they think of that as, "I'm gonna take a loss in this way." It's not necessarily negative, right? Like, if you buy a gift for your friend for their birthday, of course, you're not, well, I would hope that if this is your actual friend, that you're not thinking of it in the sense that I'm losing something. But energetically speaking, right? Like in terms of resources, I guess you could say cold hard resources, most people think of that as, oh, I'm losing something, right? Like my resources are, they were up to here, but then now it's depleted down to here. I had this much money and then now I'm out $50 because I spent that money on a gift from my friend. But for me, I I realized that I manifest actual, like, amazing, crazy situations through my interpretation of gift giving as something that is joyful in and of itself. It's not that my resources are depleted. Like, yes, of course, I experience the effects just as everyone else does of, having to pay the money or having to spend the energy to search for this particular item for someone. I don't tie that to the act of giving the gift itself, though. To me, that's just kind of like a real world technicality, right? That okay, I wanted to treat my friend to this really nice like $100 luxury makeup item, so I go ahead and buy that for them, and then maybe that means I have to work overtime a little bit more this week, right? Maybe that means I have to go find some other gig to not have to, but like in order to not be too much in the not have too much of my budget go to gifts this month, I'll have to offset it somehow by getting a gig somewhere else to recoup that money. But I see that as completely separate from the act of giving the gift itself. The act of giving the gift itself is a manifestation for me, right? So I think most people, when they think of, I would really like to manifest this vacation or this, this makeup or whatever, this expensive item that I can't really justify purchasing for myself right now. It would be great if someone would give it to me, right? It would be great if I could get it for free. That's the predominant understanding that a lot of people have of a successful manifestation. That if they, let's say that they have their eye on, I don't know, literally anything. The new Lush Barbie collection, because that's the only thing popping into my mind right now. Like, oh, I want everything, but Lush, the bath bombs, you can only use it once and it's not really that great of a return on investment. So I don't really need it. I have shower products. So I'm gonna pass on that. But it would be great if someone gave it to me for free. So then let's say one day Lush reaches out to me and says, "Hey, we'd like to send you the entire line for free." That would be most people's traditional understanding of, oh, that's a successful manifestation because you wanted something and you couldn't really see how you were going to be able to get it because you didn't have it in your budget to purchase it. But then once you let it go, once you let go of your desire, it still came to you somehow, right? Lush themselves, they reached out to you and they delivered the collection to your doorstep. And so that's a successful manifestation. You were able to manifest that gift for free. But if you are able to adopt my mindset, which again, like it's so natural to me because I genuinely get so much enjoyment out of giving gifts and spoiling and lavishing the people in my life that I love. If you're able to see the giving part as a manifestation as well, just as equally important and potent, sometimes even more so than actually receiving a gift, you can really use this as kind of like a fast track tool to manifesting what you want. So, like, for example, this is so crazy because, like, the bridge of events that led to where we're at now, where like Judy herself is coming to Japan and we're gonna hang out. And that's crazy to me because I've been watching her for so many years, like to me, she's been a full-time YouTuber for longer than I have even been seriously creating on this platform. And I remember all the way back like several years ago, I already had the seed planted in my mind several years ago that like one day I'm going to meet her and I'm going to give her all this Japanese makeup, all this amazing stuff. And, not that like it's not a parasocial relationship type of thing. I'm not at that age. Like I'm mature enough to not think of my relationship to YouTubers that way. But I always like, I really, really like Judy's energy. Her character really shows through in her videos, and that can't be said for a lot of YouTubers. But I just noticed that there's a consistency in the way that Judy moves online that is proof to me that, oh, this person is really someone that is like very knows what their value system is and is very grounded, entrenched and grounded in that value system, which is the kind of person that I like to associate with, right? So I don't think I thought that far to desire that one day we're gonna meet up in person. But I just remember like years ago thinking that I really want to give her something, because like she's always had this tendency to put herself on the back burner. And like every time she would treat herself to a gift, she talks about how guilty she feels, which drives me crazy. And all of you who are doing that, like please stop immediately. But I get it, okay? Like I get it. The guilt conditioning is strong, especially in the daughters of Asian immigrant parents. Like that is a generational curse that I want to say if I'm able to succeed in reversing or undoing that alone for most of the Asian immigrant population, female population, then I would consider my life a success, honestly, if it was only that. Of course, I plan to do much more than that in my life. But anyway, so continuing on with the Judy story. It's crazy how obviously I never reached out to her. Like I'm not going to send a desperate crazy email to a big legitimate YouTuber like begging to be their friend, right? That would only turn her off. It's so cool that you're going to meet Judy. I know, V. Yeah, I'm so excited. But I also like I feel I said this in previous videos as well, but I really feel like such a big sister because she's so young still. Like when I really stop to think about it, it's kind of crazy because she's only 27. So I'm 7 years older than Judy. The first time that she told me that she was coming to Japan by herself, I immediately stepped into my big sister energy. I was like, oh my God, do you need me to? I will do everything for you. Like I will book the hotels, I will book the activities. Do you need me to like be with you 24/7 to translate for you? But only if you want to. Like if you don't want to, I can understand that she probably doesn't want to spend the whole trip with me. So I was trying to like kind of balance that whole thing of, but I feel like, I don't know, when she put up that TikTok being really raw and honest about her feelings about this trip and how she got really emotional even after finally booking the ticket and talking about how, it's really nerve-wracking and exciting but scary for her at the same time to go to a different country by herself. That's what really activated my big sister switch. So I gave her the disclaimer that, hey, you can totally ignore all of this and I'll totally get out of your hair. Even if you just need help from me to book your events and your hotel or whatever, like I can do that. But just so you know, like I'm not expecting anything from this. You don't even have to meet up with me once, right? Like I'm happy to just help. Like, I know she's a big girl, obviously. Like she's 27. I know she can handle anything, but I just really feel protective. Like I want to be there for her and I want to make sure she has the smoothest experience possible here. And also, why not? I mean, you have access to me, a 10 plus year resident of Tokyo, so might as well utilize that, right? Like I don't want her to fall into a stupid tourist trap or something and waste her time. But yeah, like okay, so I never reached out to her. Like it never even crossed my mind in the beginning years of me following her on YouTube that I would have any chance to meet up with her. But then the bridge of incidents started when I randomly, just out of nowhere, I entered a giveaway that she was holding. I don't even remember. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm bad with time. Let me search my channel to see. I won a giveaway of some lip products in July of last year. Holy crap. Okay, so that was over a year ago. It's so crazy because it's not even characteristic of me to enter giveaways. Like I don't really do that. It's not worth it to me, most of them. But for some reason, I just felt compelled. I happened to be on Instagram and saw her story saying that she was holding this giveaway. If you replied to her question in the story, she would count you as a contender for the giveaway. So I just replied completely on a whim. Lo and behold, she messages me like a week later saying that I won the giveaway, which I forgot about what that was for because that's just how much I'm not like concerned with things like that. But that started the bridge of events, right? And then I did a video on my channel unboxing the things that she sent me, and I also gave her kind of like a little heartfelt message about how like she needs to. That was also right after, not too long after her first collaboration with Odin's Eye released, you know, her Judy palette with Odin's Eye, the Red Dragon, which is like still one of my favorite palettes. And so she was saying like she released a lot of videos detailing her experience creating that palette, and then just like her, like, you know, you could really see her headspace that, oh my god, it was a little bit of imposter syndrome, like I can't believe this happened to me. So I kind of just, I took that opportunity in my video, respectfully, of course, right? Like not trying to overstep, but just respectfully saying that, hey, you don't need to like do this. You don't need to be super humble. We all think you deserve this. In fact, we all think it's overdue. Like, why did it take so long for a huge brand to reach out to you to collaborate? Like, this should have happened a long time ago, and you totally deserve it. And you don't need to do this thing of like overcompensating or feeling guilty for what? For what? Like for your successful launch? It makes no sense. So I kind of put that, injected a little bit of that messaging in that first video, and then she saw it. And then after that, I decided that I was going to send her a bunch of Japanese makeup. I could have done that at any point even before the giveaway, but I didn't want to come across as I'm trying to buy clout from you or anything. But after I won the giveaway, I felt like, okay, maybe this opens the door to, I can send something back and it's not going to seem like I'm just trying to be friends with a YouTuber that I like. The money for comfort exchange is so necessary, especially on those solo trips for us gals. Feeling guilty is totally that Asian kid budget internalizing, right? I feel so lucky that I was born a savage ass Slytherin Leo snake. Like, what can I say? um, but yeah, so after that, and then she kind of responded, left a comment under my video saying that, oh, you know, like, thanks for the pet talk. So I was like, okay, she's not offended. That's good. But yeah, so that's when I started to like send her. I sent her 2 or 3 packages by now, filled with Japanese makeup. Of course, like telling her that this is not me trying to force you to feature me on your channel, or you don't need to try these products on your channel. I just genuinely want you to try these out because they are some of my favorite makeup products, right? Like I introduced her to the Can Make creamy gel liner, which is like a cult favorite over here, and I'm thinking, you know, with the style of makeup looks that she's doing, especially lately with the whole Douyin trend, I just felt like this is a perfect product that she needs to know about. And it was to my surprise and delight. She did a couple of videos trying out Japanese makeup, and then she even like she's obsessed with the creamy touch liner now. So then of course I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just send you more if you like it. So and then I felt it in my bones. Okay, this is really crazy, but last couple of months ago in March when I went to Vivienne Westwood Aoyama with Meg, they were having that, I don't know if you guys saw on my channel, but they were having a 25th anniversary special thing in the Vivienne Westwood Aoyama shop. They had this like beautiful blue and pink tartan print that is exclusive to that shop for this 25th anniversary event. So me and Meg did like a huge collective shopping haul there, which I still have not unboxed yet. Oh my god, like I'm so sorry you guys. Maybe I should unbox that right now. Should I unbox it? Yes to the unboxing. Oh, okay. Why does it say that you're not here? It says 0. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna get it. It's near my front door. Okay, like here's the bag. A lot of stuff in here. Okay, before I start, I just wanna give a little backstory. I know it seems like I overthink everything, but like even me not unboxing this, I think it has something to do with my manifestation. So basically, when I was in that store, I kind of overbought a little bit, right? Like at first, I wasn't even planning on buying anything because oh, sorry, let me get one more bag that I unboxed. Hold on. I already showed you guys this, but sorry. Okay. So I think I showed you guys this already on my channel and everywhere else. So this is the barrel bag. I forget the official name. This is in the same like special Aoyama tartan print, right? You see how it's pink and blue? So this is only available at that shop, and it was only available for that event. And so like by now I'm guessing that they must be sold out of all the items in this print. And so at first I was only planning on getting this bag, right? Nothing else there. I mean, everything's really nice. Obviously, it's Vivian, but I didn't really feel like I needed anything per se. But then like somehow, you know, me and Meg put two Vivian fanatics together, and you're bound to have like an overspending spree. So, so then we ended up like going there for literally 3 days in a row or something crazy like that. And then I ended up buying a lot more stuff, right? So I got these shoes. They only had one pair in my size, and these are like the perfect, these are exactly the just super exaggerated platform shoes that I like. I actually have been looking for something like this for a while. So there's the dust bag, and then so these are the platforms. This shape, okay, the height, everything is just exactly my style. What are these called? I think it's like Nordic something. I don't know. Yeah, I got these, and then I was also like, before I went to the shop, I was also looking on their website, and I found one of these in a universe print. It had planets and stuff all over it. So I asked about that one, and they said that it didn't come in yet. So I went ahead and purchased. These are the It says, I don't know if you can see, but this has just like Vivienne Westwood letters printed, oversized, so you can't really read it, but that's the print for this one. I like these colors, right? White, black, and red. So I thought, okay, go ahead and get these because you don't know by the time the planet print comes into stock if you're going to be able to get that in your size. So I bought these, but then I also, a couple months later, I saw the planet print pop up on their online shop and they had my size. And when I tell you, I've never clicked add to cart and purchase faster in my life. So now I have both. So I will show you the planet print ones as well. But yeah, let me just, this is what they look like. And I do like these colors, the red, black, and white, but I wanted the planet one because I feel like it just represents the whole manifestation law of attraction thing so well. You have to show us an outfit rocking those shoes one day. I know, I know. I have so many things that I haven't, that I promised you guys that I actually didn't unbox yet. Again, I think it's consistent with my tendency that I was talking about earlier in the stream to like wait for the perfect opportunity, or just like wait and try to make sure every single duck is lined up, every single condition is perfect before I allow myself to do something. But the reality is that it's never going to be perfect, not because of the actual circumstance, but because of the mindset that I'm in, that there's always something to improve. So I need to, yeah, I'm dedicating myself fully to killing that part of my mindset so far because it's not helping. Okay, like it's making me procrastinate even more. I didn't finish what I was saying in the beginning. So the reason that I ended up over purchasing at Vivienne Westwood, um again, this is something that like I used to do in the past for a completely different reason. It would be because of FOMO, right? Like I wanted to have everything, I wanted the instant gratification. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to say that that was totally out of the picture this time, but the real reason that I over purchased is because I knew that at some point in the future I was probably going to want to gift one of the items that I got to someone. And it's crazy cuz like I didn't even think Judy at that time. I just knew someone, right? Like someone special that I care a lot about and who's going to get a lot of joy from this item. I want to give them this like big, grandiose gift, especially if it's something that I know, if it's a person that I know would normally not spend this much on themselves. And so after Judy released a video unboxing her Gucci bag, in that video she talked about how big of a deal it was for her and how she, like she saw it, and then the reason that she picked it is because it matched her style, but it also wasn't as pricey as some of the normal offerings from Gucci, like all of the classic guilt conditioning stuff. That was the moment that I knew, like, oh, I was imagining myself in that moment. Oh, okay, like, so when or if I meet her in the future, I want to give her a luxury item as the big sister that I am, right? And like, I want to just lavish her because I feel like she deserves it. And like, even she can feel guilty, but she's gonna have to get over it because what are you gonna do? You're gonna reject a Vivienne Westwood gift from me? So like, there's a huge amount of trust and faith involved in manifestation. This is what they're always talking about when they say like, oh, just have faith in the desired outcome, even if the 3D reality is not showing you proof that it's going to happen, or even if you don't necessarily know the meaning behind certain actions that you take. If it feels right to you, if you're just compelled to do it naturally without forcing yourself, this is what they call inspired action in the manifestation community. You need to build up that trust that you have of your internal navigation system or the universe's navigation system, and just like let go. The manifestation will reveal itself to you later. And so that's what happened during that Vivienne Westwood haul that I did back in March without even me realizing it. I didn't even know the person that I was buying this supposed extra item for. I didn't even know at the time like which item I was going to give her. So it may even work out that I may not even give her something that I bought from this haul, you know, cuz I'm actually thinking about um after I come back from China on the 30th, I'll still have a day left in my vacation time that I took off, and I was actually thinking about like I literally just drafted a message to Meg, although she seems kind of, you know, tired these days, so I don't want to pressure her, but I literally just drafted a message asking her if she wanted to go to the Vivienne Westwood store with me again, whether when I come back or sometime in September before Judy comes here. So I might even, if I see something there that I feel matches her better, her meaning Judy, than the items that I got this time around, then I might get that for her. But the point is that like I was always meant to give Judy a Vivienne Westwood gift, and I see that as a successful manifestation. I don't need to be the one to receive the gift in order to consider that a manifestation of my desire. You know what I mean? Like that is such a surface level way of looking at things. Like through me giving Judy her gift, this is it's not like it's not to say that I'm buying like her affection or anything, but through me giving her this gift like truly from my soul, as a big sister, as somebody who really wants her to like move out of that guilt conditioning realm where she feels like, okay, these are guilty pleasures, this is not something that like I should spend on myself. As somebody who truly wants to move her out of that, I feel like this is gonna be just another, the energy behind this interaction is what I'm after, you know, like it's gonna put good energy in the world. It's gonna hopefully like help her feel better more and more day by day about splurging on herself. It's gonna help me feel like, it always helps me when I give gifts to people that I feel like truly deserve it, right? Even if they never give anything back to me physically, the positive energetic payoff that I get from that interaction is worth everything to me, right? And I believe that it contributes to my overall good karma in life. I truly do. So, sorry for yapping. I'm going to get on with the unboxing. So, I'm going to show you my other shoes, the universe ones. Okay, hold on. I did not even open these at all. I have not even looked at them. Like, what is wrong with me? It's not just the Vivienne Westwood. I have an entire collection of Slytherin themed Lolita style Slytherin clothes from Atelier Pierrot, which is a really niche underground type of Japanese fashion brand. And like Slytherin clothes, you guys. It's like, yeah, I purchased like $600 worth of, I think I purchased the entire collection. There was like a dress, there was all these accessories, a cape, but it's in like kind of a Japanese Lolita style. So it's like one of a kind, right? Different from any other Harry Potter merch out there. And like that was literally, that was so long ago. I don't even know if that was this year because I keep thinking that I need the perfect situation to unbox it. But what am I going to do? I'm going to wait until June of next year when I actually go to London and I visit the 9 3/4 platform. Is that when I'm going to finally unbox my $600 collection of Slytherin Lolita clothes? Come on, man. I need to get into that giving mindset more. Yeah, like it's all about, listen, every single event or situation that occurs in your life, literally like your mindset around it, the way that you choose to view it is what you're going to get out of it. Sorry, I'm going to show you these okay, I'm going to show you the shoes and then I'm going to talk about something else that just came to mind. Sorry, I'm trying to like not bend this paper, even though what am I going to do with this? I'll do something with it. See, this is perfect. If I didn't miss my flight, then I would never have done this live stream and I would likely have never gotten out all of these messages that came out through me today. Like I'm telling you, when you start to focus only on the positives or like 90% on what you can get, what you can benefit from a situation, no matter how you've been conditioned to think of it in the past, you know, you have to make conscious effort, okay, to start thinking about things, to start focusing on the positives in your reality as opposed to the negatives or like the mundane things that all the other normal people who don't know how to consciously manifest do. If you want a different result, you have to start getting disciplined with yourself mentally first. Why is this triple wrapped? I mean, they better triple wrap it if it's Vivienne Westwood. This box smells weird. Okay. So, okay, these are called the Northern Soul sandals. Yeah, so that one was like, I don't know, Nordic something. And then this one is the planets design. Your manifestation speeches are exactly what I need to motivate myself to focus on more positives. Thank you so much, V. I'm so glad to hear that. No, but that feedback really means a lot to me. So this is the universe print. Isn't it perfect? Like, what? Since we're in Japan, I feel like they literally only order like one or two pairs of each size, because I guess there's not that much clientele that would be willing to spend $1,500 on a Vivienne Westwood shoe in Japan. I mean, you would think that there'd be more because Vivienne Westwood is quite popular here, but I guess, like, I don't know. I guess I maybe these are also super exclusive to begin with, because I think there's something on this card here about how it's like hand painted and there's, natural materials and variations, so it's going to change over time a little bit, right? Like, it's going to deteriorate, but in a nice way, like a distressed looking way. So these are the planets design. Even if I never wear these shoes, which I have to, like, that's the next hurdle that I have to do. I need to actually put these on my feet and wear them and be willing to get the soles dirty outside, which I can't even imagine right now, but but eventually I'm gonna have to get there, okay? But even if I never wore these, like, this is worth it to me because of the energy that it gives me, because it's too perfect, okay? Like, hello. I literally think of myself as being blessed and guided by the universe always, so I can't not have these shoes. So I'm trying to like save this wrapping paper because it has the orbs on it. So yeah, trying to think. Smells good. Sorry, I'm taking in the gloriousness. Just gotta pause for a moment. Oh, look, there's one planet with the cross on the top, which is reminiscent of the Vivienne logo. Ugh. How am I going to wear these outside? No, actually, no. I made a promise to myself that when I go to Dubai in October, I am wearing all of my designer shit in Dubai. Like, I do not care. This is not an option, okay? The Vivienne Westwood shoes. I have a Vivienne Westwood jacket too. Maybe I need to just get everything out of my system. It's literally hurting my soul right now to crush this wrapping paper. Iconic. Yes, it is. Every time the wrapping paper crinkles and develops a new wrinkle, it's like a dagger to my soul. I need to get over it. But see, at least I don't feel guilty, okay? I don't feel guilty. I just want things to be perfect, right? Like, I want the situation to be perfect. I want to have the right vibes, the right makeup. And like, sometimes I need to remind myself that I am the one who decides whether or not the timing is perfect. And if I'm not in the right vibes, like, I have the power to get into the right vibes. I need to stop acting like I am just this non-influential party that's just subject to all the whims of the air and the wind around me. Like, no, I'm the one that decides. Okay. So I'm like running out of space, but I have a jacket. This was delivered to me on January 1st of this year. What the hell am I doing? Not unboxing all of these things. This video better get like 100,000 views. $10,000 worth of, well, no, maybe like $6,000 worth of Vivienne Westwood stuff in here. Okay, come on. I'm giving you my best here. I need to like frame this wrapping paper or something. I need to do something. Okay, I need to decide what I'm going to do with the wrapping paper so that I stop latching on to that, which is like the least important detail of this entire unboxing. Oh, I think this was on sale, this tartan jacket. So it was actually quite affordable. It was like $600 or something. I mean, Vivienne Westwood is not that expensive anyway. I would say it's on the much more affordable spectrum in terms of designer clothes. Oh, this was originally 600, so maybe I got it for like 400 or something. I literally don't remember. Like, that's how long it's been. If you scrapbook, you can use the wrapping paper as a background pattern or for shadow boxes. That is an amazing idea, Veeth. Oh my god, thank you so much. I literally okay, I'm kind of ashamed to admit this, but I've actually never made a real vision board before. So literally yesterday, right before I left on my trip, I bought a piece of poster paper from Daiso so that I can actually make a physical vision board. Cause like, I was thinking to myself, So if you're serious about teaching manifestation and stuff, how are you going to do that and then you never made a vision board in your life? Of course, I have desires and I'm always like keeping them in the forefront of my mind, but I think that there is a different level of energy that you go to when you actually put in the work, like physically cut out pictures and whatnot and glue it on your vision board. Like that is a major and energetic statement to the universe about how serious you are when it comes to getting your desires. So that is an amazing, amazing suggestion. Thank you so much. I'm gonna definitely incorporate the wrapping paper into my vision board. I didn't even think of that. But like come to think of it, see, the manifestation of like buying more Vivienne Westwood is already written in the stars because like me and Meg, we are going to clean up at the Vivienne Westwood store in London, okay, in June. Like this is not even a question for us. We are going to clean up the pearl choker necklace that I've had my eye on since forever. Those are usually like more affordable. The prices are not as bad in London compared to Japan because it's imported here. So like the manifestation is already there, but think about how much more powerful it'll be when I actually put that Vivienne Westwood wrapping paper onto my vision board. Like the universe is going to rain money on me so that I can buy even more than I originally planned. Okay, I don't think I have enough space to fully model this, but I'm gonna attempt to put this on. I like the fur trim here, like the velour patches, and they had this one, and they also had like a navy type of pattern, but I like the one with the red mixed in. I'm gonna see if I can get myself into the frame with this on. The reason that I procrastinated on unboxing this blazer is because like I kept waiting for myself to be thinner and thinner so that I could like unbox it on my flattest tummy day. Like how stupid. I need to slap myself sometimes, really. But like that's why these live streams, these manifestation talks are so useful to me as well. Like I can't even cap and completely say that I'm only doing it for you guys. Of course I'm trying to help people, like I'm trying to really empower women everywhere, but most of it is also for myself. It helps me out a lot to talk through things. It makes me realize and bring to the forefront a lot of like subconscious programming that I never would have realized unless I put myself out there to explore the subject. This is size 1. And it has the asymmetrical buttons, which I love. And yeah, it's just like a nice updated, like it's a little slightly boxier and roomier, which means that, oh my God, it looks so good. Like, I'm sorry, I'm distracted by how good I look. Especially with like my hair accessories today. I feel like it's such a classic Vivienne look. But yeah, I like this because it's kind of an updated version of, like their heart blazer. Oh, they had a heart blazer in the Aoyama shop print that actually Meg was really considering to get that one, but they didn't have her size. And so I was kind of bummed out because I really wanted her to get that as well. I think she looked so great in it. But yeah, I like this one because this can match a lot of things, right? It's kind of like a boxier, more subtle cut, but still really sharp looking because it's Vivienne Westwood. Professional and punk cute. Exactly. Could not have said it better myself. I'm definitely wearing this in Dubai. Why am I so stupid? Why did I think that I needed to be skinnier to wear this? I don't know. I don't know. I'm plenty skinny already. It's just that like I had a goal weight, right? That I'm not quite at yet. I'm 52 kilograms last time I checked, and I want to get down to 48. I understand if you don't agree with that, but it's just something that I remember feeling my most comfortable, like my lightest when I was at that weight. And so I just want to see if I can do it again. Because I also had a huge breakthrough with my relationship to food earlier in the first half of this year. But then like I'm not making content about weight loss or just, healing your relationship to food, even though I should be because I made a lot of profound breakthroughs and I have the things that I have to say on it. I've never really heard anyone else say on the internet, and I think it will help a lot of people. Like it will really make clear to you what is the source of a lot of people's obsession and inability to control their food intake, because I myself was there for decades of my life, and I finally I was able to break the cycle. But then like I'm thinking that, oh, but I can't talk about it until I reach the ultimate goal weight. Like that's stupid. I already lost 2 kilograms, right, from the little bit of weight that I gained over the pandemic. It's not like back to the original weight that I was when I was at my fittest, but it's still like I feel way better than I did when I was 2 kilos heavier. So why can't I just talk about it now? Calling myself out is what this stream should be called or retitled later. Uh, I just want to cuddle with this, I want to sleep with it, but I can't because then I'll ruin the shape. Now we can get back to the Aoyama shop haul. So I have two other items, and like one of these, I was thinking I could give to Judy because I want to give her something special, right? Like she can buy anything from Vivienne Westwood by herself if she really wants to, but I feel like that Aoyama print is really exclusive to Japan, and there was only a limited quantity sold, and I feel like it would just be like the perfect commemoration of her solo trip here, her first solo trip. So anyway, let me show you what I'm talking about. The first one is this wallet. I should do like, oh, why did they put tape? Don't put tape on the boxes, Vivienne, because then it's gonna ruin the box and it's gonna bother me. Okay. Wow, I'm so out of practice with the unboxings. This is the wallet. It's a long zip style rounded wallet. There's leather inside, I think. No, actually. Oh, the trim is leather. And then this tartan is so the tartan that they use, it looks slightly different from one wallet to another, right? Every single item, it's a different print, it's a little different positioning of the tartan. So it's truly a unique item through and through, no matter which one that you get. And there's also this really classic, I like this orb here. It's like multicolored. Do you see that? There's green too. The ring is green. I have been needing a new wallet for a long time now. My current one, which is from Cartier, which my mom got for me, and I've used it like very lovingly for the past several years, but it's kind of falling apart though. It doesn't even button anymore. That's how much I've stuffed it full of just random point cards and stuff. And that one's like a button closure too, so it's kind of prone to getting overstuffed. But this will keep everything contained because it has a zipper, and the zipper is super smooth too. It's not like, it doesn't catch anywhere on the corners or whatnot. Super smooth. And yeah, I'm obsessed. So this is the one that I originally got, like I got for myself because like Meg influenced me basically. She got one and then I wanted one, and then the slippery slope. But this one is the one that I was really not planning to pick up at all, but now I'm debating. And I hope Judy doesn't watch this, but I'm debating on giving this to her because this is also an exclusive item in the Aoyama Shop 25th anniversary print, and this is also different from each one to the other. I think I got the last one. So like Meg picked the first one out of 3, I think there were, and then like we went back on a different day and there was only one left. So I decided to just go ahead and grab it because even if I don't use it, it's such a iconic statement piece. Like it's so original and one of a kind, but it's kind of, like it's kind of impractical for me because I'm not a small purse kind of person. I'm a big tote, like throw half of my entire life into it type of girl. So I'm thinking like maybe, there we go. Maybe I could give this to Judy, but I'm not sure. I think what I'm going to do, I am going to probably go back to that store at least once in September before she arrives, and I'll look around and see if there's anything else there that kind of screams her, like her style. And if I find something that I feel matches her better, then I'll go ahead and get that for her. But if I don't, this could be the second option. Like I do want this. I'm not going to lie to you. I want to keep it just for bragging rights, if anything. But out of everything that I showed here, the 2 items that I would consider parting with, whether it's to give to someone else or to like resell to just recoup some of that money, because Lord knows I need it for this Dubai flight. Like, wow, I had no idea that flights from Tokyo to Dubai cost that much, but I guess I should not have expected anything different. But yeah, this one, and then the platform sandals in the first print, so like the Vivienne logo print, those are the 2 out of everything here that I would like, it would not be the end of the world if I parted with them. Because for the sandals, the one that I was truly after was the universe print, right? Even though the red, black, and white one would match a lot of things that I have, and it kind of matches like my normal color palette. But the universe one is the one that like represents the most important thing to me, which is like manifestation and just a reminder. How cool would that be to be wearing that? And then every time I look down at my shoes and see that universe print, I'm reminded that I can create anything I want in my life. I feel like that would just put me in such a high vibration by wearing those shoes alone. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Like, do you think Judy would like this? I mean, I'm sure she would be grateful for anything because she's just that kind of person. But I really want to give her something special. It's not about the money, right? Like it's about the energy behind it. Okay, posing for a thumbnail. Oh wait, but I can't use this as a thumbnail though, because if I give this to Judy, then she's gonna see it on my TikTok. Okay, so I need to pose with something else. Okay, let me pose with this one. My Vivienne Westwood necklace. I hope that you got something out of this live, whether you joined or you're watching it on the replay. And yeah, stop feeling guilty about treating yourself. Stop calling things guilty pleasures altogether. Okay, so the last point, sorry, I just remembered. Thinking of giving as an equally powerful manifestation as receiving something, because it is okay, because it's all about energy. It's not about like monetary value or physical possessions. So I noticed that with a lot of my friends or people that I know. There was one time when I was out with two friends, my friend and then her friend, and these two girls both used to work at a show club in Tokyo. So like I went with them to go to the show club because they were having an event for the big senpai girl at that place. She was going to move on from that place after working there for 7 years. So it was kind of like her farewell performance. So they asked me to go and I tagged along with them. And then I noticed, like, because we met up at an izakaya for a bite of food before we actually went to the venue. And I noticed that they were kind of going back and forth talking about the whole, like the gift giving aspect where they both, they bought separate gifts to give to their senpai after the performance was done. But then they were kind of like going back and forth and stressing about how somebody else at the club, like maybe one of the owners, was organizing like a collective gift and they were asking all of the girls to contribute. But the thing is that these two girls, like my friend and her friend, they have been retired from this club for a while. So they used to work there and they're still connected, very connected with the people there. And they still go to like support, other various girls that are doing special events there, but they no longer work at this club. They were debating about how they didn't really want to pay for that collective gift because they already got their personal gifts for the girl. And like of course they want to give their both of them have worked with this senpai before and they wanted to give her gift in person, like individually, right? I totally understand that because they were like, well, why should we have to like pay extra, especially since we don't even work here anymore. So like, is it okay if we just opt out of the collective group gift? And like, why did they contact us in the first place to contribute to that, even if we're not working there anymore? Just something like that, right? Of course, I understand what they're saying in this situation. The point is not that they don't want to or that they don't have the means to give a gift twice. The point is that they just felt that, okay, in this situation though, is it appropriate? Like they felt that it was more appropriate for them to just give their individual gifts and then kind of like get the credit for that, so to speak. And then it didn't feel good to them to contribute to the collective fund that technically it's questionable why they were asked to contribute to that in the first place when they don't even work at the club anymore. I think if I was in that situation, I would just make a clear decision. I would identify the decision that made me feel best in my body and I would just go with it and not give a second thought to it. And then that would be, again, like that would be my way of turning it into the best manifestation for myself. Even though physically I'm giving money or I'm giving a present to somebody else, even though like physically I'm experiencing a deficit, so to speak, in the moment in my funds, I'm true to myself and I trust my decision making abilities. I'm selfish when I make my decisions, like just straight up. So I would make the decision that made me feel the best. And then that would be like, okay, done. manifestation completed. So whether it's there's two possibilities, right? You can either choose to just, okay, whatever, they asked us to contribute to the collective fund, so I don't feel like contesting this and I want to support my senpai anyway, so it doesn't matter to me if she gets like two times the gift from me. I'm okay with giving her my gift and then also contributing to the collective gift. Or you could choose option two, which is that, okay, I'm going to say no to the collective gift thing because I just don't feel like I need to do that if I don't work here anymore. But at the same time, I definitely want to, exchange the good energy and the thanks and the congratulations energy to the senpai. So I feel comfortable only doing that through my own personal gift, and that's what I'm going to choose. Like whichever scenario I picked, I wouldn't pick it unless it was what I felt was best for me. You know what I mean? And then that way I wouldn't think about it anymore, and I wouldn't be leaking energy over the course of like an entire dinner debating that. And I would not even like draw other people into it the way that these two were talking. So, and this is not to like diss or put down my friends, but it's just interesting to me because I notice these considerations and these type of dilemmas, so to speak, imaginary dilemmas that come up a lot when people are discussing gift giving, or even when it's like, I mean, this was admittedly kind of a tricky situation, but even in other regular situations, like when people go abroad and they feel pressured to buy souvenirs. I myself, like, I'll admit, I was kind of going back and forth with this because I plan to travel a lot more this year. And so in Japanese, like, office work culture, even though I don't go to my physical office a lot, we still kind of uphold the culture of bringing back omiyage or gifts from the places that we've been to, right? So a lot of people in my office, whenever they go somewhere for their vacation, they'll bring back something and then they'll post it in the channel that, hey, I brought back these crackers or cookies from such and such country. Please come by, please take some when you drop by the office next. I brought back something from Egypt, but then I went to a couple of local places within Japan between like Egypt and now, and I didn't feel the need to purchase those local omiyage because I mean, quite frankly, I don't want to spend that money on my coworkers who we don't even have the culture of going to the office for a set amount of days per week anyway. Like some people literally never go. Hi, me. And then some people are for some reason strangely obsessed with going as often as possible, or some people want to instate a rule that we have to go once a week. But I'm saying that, that's not going to happen because the entire appeal of this place is that we do have the option of working remotely, and it also doesn't make sense because we work with international teams, and so like it doesn't make sense for me to go into the office. But anyway, so like I was even starting to feel a little bit, I felt myself starting to have an internal debate about, oh, should I be bringing more omiyage to the office? Because I kept seeing like my team lead and like people who have basically higher salaries than me doing that every single time that they went anywhere in Japan or overseas. But then I just came to the conclusion that, okay, if it's an overseas trip, I'll bring back omiyage because you know what, it feels good to me, right? Like I am fully tapped into that energy of giving as a successful manifestation. Not just when I receive things for free, but when I give other people things for free, when I bless their day, that is a powerful manifestation that I consider a success in my life as well. Like truly, truly. So I just made the decision right then and there that if it's overseas to a different country, I'm going to bring back something. Even if people don't take it, like just the energy that it brings when I post that in the group chat and people are like, it's an interesting thing that people can read about to liven up their otherwise mundane workday. After I made that decision, I didn't think about it anymore. I didn't dwell on it. And that's what we all need to do because we have important things to do on this planet that do not involve debating and second guessing over arbitrary situations that nobody's going to remember anyway 10 years from now. And so with that, I conclude my TED Talk for today.